Christopher Maurice Brown, Breezy Sizzle, aka Virginia's own Chris Brown, and his new album, Brown. This is his 13th studio album, with the latest one before this being the 2023 1111 project, or the 1111 Deluxe from the year after, if you consider that to be its own standalone project. And I must say, I was not really a fan of 1111. I found it to be pretty bland, very bloated, overall just not the most memorable, and I just didn't really like a lot of different aspects of it. I kind of found it to be very mediocre. So coming into this album, I honestly didn't have the highest expectations for it, especially after I saw it is an hour and a half long. But at the same time, I really did enjoy the singles that came out before the album, and I must say, overall, this album definitely exceeded my expectations, even though I still have some issues with it that I had for 1111. It starts off with this kind of epic Leave Me Alone intro that is by far the longest song on the album, and I really enjoy it. I think it's a very good song. I think it also gives you a nice example of what you are going to be listening to for the next hour and a half. Stylistically, it is about the title, Chris wanting to be left alone from all these people, critics, criticizing him for, maybe you can say, valid reasons, but he had enough of it. He also mentions how he found peace when he finally stopped trying to explain everybody his legacy. It is definitely a song where he does portray that frustration of his, but overall I really do enjoy it. I think it is a good, like I said, an intro for this album. The next song is the third single, Obvious. So let's talk about these singles, and I'll start with Obvious since I already mentioned it. This song I really do enjoy. It is very catchy, very danceable. Chris's performance on it is very good, but the problem I have with it is how kind of unmemorable, kind of forgettable it is compared to other songs on this album. And I'll get to that issue of songs not really standing out on their own later on into this review. But like I said, I do enjoy this song. I think it's quality, and I can see someone maybe enjoying it much more than me for pretty much the same reasons. Then later into the track list is my favorite single, It Depends, with Bryson Tiller. And Bryson and Chris collabs are, to me, some of the best modern R&B collabs there are. I think they are really made for each other stylistically, because they are similar in style, in sound, but they are still distinct enough. They have such amazing chemistry with each other, and honestly, this might be my favorite collaboration of theirs that I have heard. I love this song. It is so nice, affectionate, upbeat. It lets itself have a bit longer than average runtime for Chris songs. I find it to be so good. I really enjoy it. Then right after it is the Fallen song, a song that I also really do enjoy, but I must say its production, its instrumental is so uninteresting. It is so bland. It sounds different from almost everything on this album. It is so unmemorable instrumental wise, but it is still a good song because every single other aspect of it, when it comes to performances, when it comes to writing, you can say, is good. And it also features Leon Thomas, that I think really delivered a very solid feature of his. So yeah, I do enjoy this song, but I do have that issue when it comes to its production. Then the last single that I have not talked about is the 26th track, Holy Blindfold, a song that is my least favorite single that came out. It is very forgettable. You barely notice it pass by. It has no distinct qualities, even though it is still an okay song. It's still passable. It is not like unquality music, but really I do have issues with it because of how forgettable it is. That gets me to talk about my least favorite thing about this album. My biggest complaint is how long it is. It is an hour and a half long. And with an album being so long, it does not equal that a longer track list is a worse one. But a lot of these songs don't feel like they were very needed. If I were to take my favorite songs of this album, the album would have been like 45 minutes to an hour long, which is like a standard amount for an album. But for this specific album and many other Chris albums, it is way too bloated. It has way too many songs on it, which leads a lot of them to be so forgettable, so unmemorable. And I can honestly not see myself revisiting this album anymore in its full capacity, because there really is not a reason for it. Because if I wanted to, I do have enough songs off of it where I can still have something similar to an album experience because of how much runtime those songs that I really like do take, which is like a half of the album that is so long. Let's talk about some songs that I really enjoy. My favorite, or at least what I think right now is my favorite, because a lot of these songs are contenders for it, but this one I have been revisiting the most, and that is the 23rd song, theme song. I really love this one. It is, like I said, my favorite. It is so upbeat, so catchy, so danceable. I love the club vibe of it. I love its runtime. It is not too short, even though it is so fast-paced. I really, really, really love this song. Then let's talk about my favorite writing-wise, subject matter-wise song, which is What's Love. I love that song so much. It has Chris admitting that he kind of still doesn't know what love is, being heartbroken over that, and just overall his past experiences with love, his past relationships. I really, really, really do enjoy the song as well. I found it to be one of the most mature on this album, and I must say, with Chris Brown aging, a lot of his newer material is a lot more mature, which is very nice to see happen with any artist or just person in general, so I must point that out. My favorite non-single song with a feature is the 15-track Perfect Timing with Friday. And Friday and Chris are such a good duo. Like Chris and Bryson, I really, really enjoy whenever they link up. This song is about a girl coming into your life at perfect time for it. It's such a good song. It is very memorable. It is very passionately delivered from both of them. I really, really enjoy it. That gets me to talk about another issue that I have with this album, and that is some of these feature choices. There is Call Your Name with Sexy Red and Glorilla, and Sexy Red delivered a very mediocre performance. I really, really didn't like it. And even Glow's feature, even though much better than Sexy's, I also didn't like that much either. Then there is Red Rum with Young Boy, a song that I also really don't care about, or the song that comes before it, Fucking Party with Vibes Cartel, which is easily, I think, my least favorite on this whole album. Overall, like I said, some of these feature choices are really not matching Chris Brown's energy throughout the album. So overall, I do enjoy this project. It has a very nice amount of quality that I will be revisiting. But again, this problem with its runtime is really a reason I won't really be revisiting it in full anymore. It could have been one of my favorite albums of the year as a whole. Instead, it is an album that has some songs that are some of my favorites of the year. Again, I do highly recommend it, going maybe once or twice through the whole thing, but there really is not a reason to do it anymore after those, let's say, 2 listens. I find this album to be great.